Okay. All right, done. Okay. I think we're back. I don't know what just happened, why I got cut off at the end of my story that I was trying to tell you folks, but I did get cut off, and hopefully we're back up now. I don't know why it went away, but I had to start everything over again, and I was not sure. I apologize, and we what I'll have to do at this stage of the game is figure out what was it. What point did you hear me last? For those of you that come back, what's up? Don't know what happened. Oops. I guess we'll just say that. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Not sure what just happened, but I'm back now, and welcome, fellow cats.
Got an extra hour in here now.
Here we go. Welcome, fellow cats. Don't know what the heck is going on here with this stream, why we lost it, but we're back now. And please let me know, Gary, if you come back here. Let me see. Do we have what we need? In the screen is looking good. Let's go over here and make sure we have this correct. Looks fine right now. I think we're working and we're operating. And sorry, I don't know what just happened. Why they cut me off? They cut me off at the very end of my story, folks. But it's appropriate that Catfish Tyler would be here at this point in time when they're trying to hit it down. During what time is it? 11:30. Folks, I've told you this morning even. They usually come at it at 11:30 lately, and here they are right on track, right on time, right in sync, 11:30. Look at that, 11:32. What do you know? What a big surprise, huh? What a big, huge surprise. And I don't know what in the heck. We're going to edit over here. Let me see if I can get this edited. Edit this. And we're going to say something else here instead of this title. All right. Sofi Green. Starting its 20-day run to new highs. Yep, that's what I say. 20 days, new high, 13 something. That'll be good. I'll save that right there for my title. Perfect. And we'll see what that gets. Folks, thanks for being here with me again. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to my last stream connection, but it just got canceled out right at the end of my story. Of course, I'm going to be telling my story about Mackinac Island and getting right to the exciting conclusion, and they shut me down, shut down my channel. I don't know what happened. Maybe they want to just keep you in suspense, everyone. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. Here we got two back now. Thank you for coming back on with me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. I was in the middle of telling my story, and everything looked good, and everything was streaming. Said healthy, is excellent condition, and looking at analytics, and I see two now here with me, but I just don't know what happened. Stream is healthy. Well, it sure wasn't when they cut me off in the middle of my story, right? I don't know what happened. But thanks for being back with me while we watch them once again trying to take this thing down below 895. Dreamweavers, I believe you can reach the other. Right, they're just Dreamweavers. Thank you for being here. And folks, if you wouldn't mind, those of you that were listening to me tell my story about my wife and I getting together, how it all happened, and heading out to Mackinac Island. Maybe you could tell me at what point we were when I got disconnected, because I don't know how long I was continuing to talk before I looked over here and saw that it said edit and ended, stream done. And I don't know what happened there, why. But at any rate, things happen technical sometimes, especially here with our provider, Huawei. Huawei. They're called Wow Internet Cable TV Company, Wow, W-O-W, because that's what you often say when you have internet. Wow, the internet's working. All right. So what I was going to do here too, might as well put this over here. I copied this earlier. In case you don't know, on my TikTok right here, I have a link to my Cash App for people who have told me before, I'm making so much money off buying on these lows and selling on these highs that I wish I had a way to pay you. So I'm going to show you how you can do it now. And if you feel like helping my channel, then we're going to try and get over to here and type this in right now. And it's going to say, if you if you want to help me with my channel by offering a donation, then here's my Cash App address. I guess that's what you'd say. And I'll type it, put it right there. Boom. There you go. So see, even though I'm not monetized on YouTube with over 1,000 subscribers yet, then that's okay. Right there, if you want to do that, you can. And now I got to just figure out how to get my mouse over here and post that up for everyone to see it. Boom. And, folks, as you can tell already, because of my successes off of Sofi and purchases on that, my successes on AMC and other things, and I'm not in suffrage here, but if some people have said, I really have been making a lot of money off your calls, so I wish there was a way I could pay you. Well, there you go. There it is. I just put it there for those people that have said that in the past, who might drop in and feel like dropping me a little dime or two in my Cash App. And that'd be cool. I appreciate it. And, because I am working here, as you can see, generally as an average about 6-7 hours a day. And I am making money by buying on these lows all the time. But, I haven't, as I've told everybody, I haven't even seen a compelling price to sell at, and I'm not going to until we hit a 20 to 25% pop on the next news. So that's what I'm waiting for now. I'm just keeping accumulating right now on these daily downward price runs. Right now, you see here we come in at a lunchtime again. This is so common, and this is so cool to be able to determine that this is going to be the same thing we've seen, the repetitiveness of it. This is what makes it so profitable, is because this is just so predictable, this stock is. Anyway, hey, thanks for being here with me. I'm sorry that I got disconnected. Not sure what happened in the middle of that feed, but it just went away. And now it's kind of interesting to see. We have 3 folks here. I want to thank you for being here with me. And I apologize. It's nothing on my end. I didn't hit a button that said end stream or anything. I never did that. It just ended. That's okay. We can overcome these things. And look at them going for a new low right now here at night before lunch. Go figure. Right before lunchtime, they try to hit below. And this is a double bottom no matter what they do. This is going to be the double bottom, folks. So no matter what they're accomplishing or capable of, you saw where it was. There's the first bottom. Will we see this major support here and stay above the previous bottom? And this would be to the shorts' delight and happiness. They're going to sit around and be celebrating and jumping up and down because now the positions they shorted at half this price, right? It's true. They shorted this at 450, folks. They shorted it. David Cheever, he said 250 is where it's worth, and they shorted it at 450. And look where they're caught now. And they shorted it at 5. They shorted it at 6. They've shorted it at 7. They've shorted the shit out of it at $6.66. I promise you, I guarantee you that beyond any shadow of any doubt. They shorted the crap out of it again at $6.13, many of them. Yep, all those numbers all coming back to haunt them now. And look at the resilience as it holds here, holding over the previous low of $8.95. This would be a very good opportunity to pick it up again here, and I'm going to right now. Going to buy it right now. And I just was informed by my beautiful wife, Cheryl, that we have a delay of my friend's flight. They're caught in Detroit trying to get over here where we're going to pick them up and at the Lansing airport. So we got another hour here. And you... There we go. Getting in here to buy some more. Oh, come on, man. Let me catch this down below 9, please. I want to be able to show it below. Come on. There we go. All right, here we go. We're almost there. Here we are. All right. Let me get it, man. Oh, don't make me put a password in again. I just did that. Enter. I want this price. Filled at $8.98. I like that. I like $8.98 a lot. I like the number 8 a lot. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Reuse order. All right. Filled at $8.99 that time. Oh my gosh. We're green, by the way. The green chart you see right here. Now we're at $9. Congratulations, everybody, if you picked it up just then with me. I appreciate you being here, sharing with me, and I appreciate your time. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to the feed that we had going a little bit ago. I had to relaunch it. They shut me off, shut me down. I don't know, maybe they didn't want me playing Billy Joel's songs or something up here, but doggone it. Why are you moving around on me, mouse? Get over here, back to the screen. Over here. There we go. Now we're back, and we're going to be doing this right here. Oh, yeah. This king of so many top tens and major success in the music business, folks. What a pianist. What a vocalist. What a writer. Enjoy. Enjoy. And here we go. We're going to pick up some more. Let's buy some more here. Let's shove this over the 9 again against their will and desires. And we're going to put in another one here. Put it in a buy order here, folks. And doggone it, I got it at 9:01 now. Dang, 9:01. I guess people just aren't gonna let it stay down there. And I got my last order below 9 right there. I got it. I think I got my last order below 9 that we may ever see. Below 9. I was trying that at 8.98 and got it. So very happy with that, because Catfish likes to say he bought at the low of the day, the very lowest price. And of course, it's right before lunch, folks. This is, again, clockwork. You can count on it. Ding, your clock. Set it. You can see the attacks the same time every time. And I want to thank you for being here with me. I know there's plenty of other places you could be. For those of you that are happen to be watching and came back over, I'm waiting for many more folks, hopefully, to get here for the end of my story about Mackinac trip. I don't know what happened to my feed. They just cut it right off. And look at this, what's happening. This looks so good. This looks fantastic too. Let's go to this one day. Oh, I want to see the volume that they're trying to use now to take it down. Look at all these big red candlesticks dropping it, right? So, folks, right there is $3.523 million worth dumped at 11:21. You see it right there. That was the biggest attack of them all. Here's the other little attacks, and these small attacks are being gobbled up by these big green ones. You see that in comparison? Look how big the buys are. There's 1.5 million shares bought. There's another 1.5 million shares bought there. 1.5 million shares bought there. Big dump, dropping the price. 3.2 million dollars worth. 3.2 million. Here's 3.2 million again. See the amounts there? 352, 349. All to take it down just to see it run right back up, right? All a pointless, worthless effort. A lot of money, $6 million there, wasted trying to hold this thing down, and as it bounces right back over 9. Boom, just like that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous chart. You saw how they did it. You see the volume they're working with, and we're going to keep watching to see who comes in here, who else comes in and buys, Who else is going to buy that massive amount we're going to see here in a second? And folks, look at the volume. Let's go over here. It's not 11.6 anymore. I can assure you of that. No freaking way. Yep, almost 16 million shares already, folks. We are probably going to go past what we saw yesterday again. 43 million shares is very doable here as more and more of these buyers come in off the $9 and see $9 won't be denied. It's $9 or more. $9 or more or bust. That's where we're at right here. Look in here. Pull in here tight. Yep. Let's just see what they're working with as far as volume. 37. Are you kidding me? Weak. Here was 85,000. We got a buyer 48. Another buyer. Prices rising. These small ones. I love it when I see massive ones make it drop and then little ones to pull it right back up over. 902. And folks, here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. Here's where the price was. See right here on this one right here? There's the line at the bottom of that candlestick. 902. And then they dumped this much. 3.5 million almost. But then look at these buys come in on the heels of it. Right here, what was this one? 55,000, and that pushed it back up. Look at the volume comparative. 349,000 to push it from 902 down to what we just saw there below 9, and then these little amounts to make it go right back up. See how futile it is and how ridiculous it is for them to try to keep pushing this down and throwing money at it. Good money after bad is what they're doing, folks. Good money after bad. And so let's see here. See, right now we have 6 concurrent viewers, now 7. We're probably getting the folks back. I don't know what happened to my feed. Got kicked right off. YouTube just said, we want to run this thing down without everybody watching. You encouraging them to buy at the bottom because that's what I was just doing. So thank you for coming on back over to my channel after that little whatever it was. I don't know what it was. But here we go. We're watching this and monitoring it very closely to see the size of the volume that they're working with here to run this down, and then the size of the buyers that are coming in to say, thank you, I'll take it, right? They'll take it. Every time it's below 9, people say, thank you, I'll take it. And they fill up their plates, and it's right back over 9 again. Much to the chagrin and much to the hatred of the shorters, I can assure you. I absolutely guarantee you they are not liking seeing this. They're not liking having to spend this much money. We pull back here, you'll see what I mean. Look at this right here. They dumped right here at 11.21, 352,000 shares at $9. Do the math. That's about $3 million worth to make the price drop from 905. But then look at the small green ones that pushed it right back up here to 908. How frustrating for them this must be to see this. And then they have to dump in a whole bunch more here. $2 million worth dump. But then the greens come in here, and look at this huge dump here. Look at these massive amounts of shares they're dumping out. There's another 184,000 shares to make it drop, but then these little ones push it right back up over. That's something you have to pay attention to, folks. Listen to this gorgeous song by Billy Joel. You see my total here. You see my title, I mean. It says SoFi starting its 20-day run, perhaps? Yeah, that's right. I think it is. 20 days. Keep bringing it, shorts. You're going to have to bring heavier ammo than that because there's a lot of heavy buyers that come in at lunchtime. They're familiar with your tactics. Everybody knows these tactics you use, and they buy. Look at this thing now. 1202, folks, and we're already back over 9. All that massive volume they tried there, $3 million worth, folks. Wasted to push it down below 9 to make them all jump around and celebrate. They got it below 9 on 3 million, and here's another huge one. Yep, they're just throwing their money away, people, and it's all to no avail. All a failed effort on their part, I'm telling you, failed effort. And folks, you can see it right here. You can see how hard they're trying. We want to watch this volume. It's 15.7 last time I checked. That was 3 or 4 minutes ago. Now 16.2, 500,000 shares during lunchtime here. We got a lot. We're talking $4 million. $4 million during lunch already right here. I'm telling you, folks, this is going to be their last gasp lunchtime effort, and they're failing again to get this below where they had it before. I appreciate you being here to notice this with me. 895 was the number they hit earlier, and now we have a higher bottom. We have a higher bottom. You can see it very clearly if you go back to this chart right here. I would think it would be a little bit more easy to see. So we're going to go back and we're going to show you the main chart on the main screen. And let's go look if there's any news here in headlines while we're here. See if there's anything breaking, if we have any downgrades that they always come. No new news on us yet, still even breaking news. Nothing happening. But you can absolutely see that this thing is being very, very, very resilient right now at $9. Much to their chagrin, as I said, and much of their disbelief. They just can't believe that everybody keeps piling here every effort, even millions and millions of shares, and people just pile right on in and just say thank you for below 9 again. Appreciate it. See you later. Off we go. It's repetitive. It's just so repetitive and so good to see. In my opinion, I think it's fantastic because what it's just showing is more and more and more support at the $9 level, and it's just what we need to pull off of. We need to go higher, folks, and we're going to. Tyson Durfee, hey, I called it low of 880, now going to 1025, then 1075. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. I believe it too, and I think we're going even higher than that. I think that's being reserved, but that could be a temporary, shorter term goal. And I appreciate you saying so, being here and telling everyone what your thoughts are, and give some love for that. Thank you for being around here with me. And I had a lot of other viewers with me before. I was telling some stories about my wife and I and how we met and the things that have gone on. We've got 12 people listening in right now because guess where we are? We're at the bottom again, and Tyler's buying. Catfish Tyler. And here's what I want to show you, folks. They had this price right here at $8.95 earlier this morning, right here. Bam, right there, $8.95. They're not showing it on here, but that's when it was at $8.95, and it never reached that just now. It never did. It never did. $8.97 was where it was. You can see it right there. Here you see another effort, $8.97. They did not re-achieve $8.95, so that is what you call a double bottom, all right? But it's a shallower depth now for them, right? And let's see, we're still in lunchtime. They might still run at it, but man, look at what's happening here. We got buyers coming in, 16,282, 962, 1,000 shares at 898. They didn't care buying it at the even mark. 287. Watching this, 16,287, 502. There's, look at that, 56 shares someone just bought at 898 like I'm doing, and there's 897. Watch them try to bring it, trying to get to this 895, and we're watching it happen here. The resistance is so solid, so strong. And why not? Look at this chart right here. Look at that. Every time they've tried to knock this thing down below this 45, it's been rejected, and it's going to be rejected again. Even after 7 days in a row of whittling at it and hitting at it and throwing all they could, now they're reaching their maximum limit of how many shares they've got left. I showed you last time it was 360 million shares they used back on May the 1st, and they did it a lot faster on May the 1st. They did 360 million over 4 days to get the price to drop from 654 down to 459. That was a 29% drop, and that was coming at it heavy, folks, for 4 days in a row. But what did they do this time? They didn't use that 360 million all at once over 4 days. They strung it out, and here it adds up for you. You can add it up. It's going to be 360 million to the penny, probably almost. And so I think they're going to run out very quickly. Running out very, very quickly. I want to do another edition of these. 88.8 plus 62.8 over 9 really, plus 37.6 plus 42.370, 42.3 plus 31.6, 31.6 plus 28.1, 28 8.1 plus, and I'm rounding down, folks, 43.3. We'll round up this time. 43.3 plus, and now 16.2. 16.2 plus. 350 million shares. Last time, how many was it? 350 now. Let's see what we are now. 115.5. 115.5 plus 64.2. 64.2 plus. I missed the 125. That was the first day. 125. 125.4 plus. And then the last day that they got it to the lowest price was 59.7. 59.7. 364. All right? So last time, over 4 days, 364 million shares traded. And you see the relevance now. We're now 14 million away from that exact same number, folks. And then after that debacle of a rundown for 4 days, folks, the price just kept going up. And I'm telling you, within a week and a month and a half, the price was at 10.23. Okay, 55% gain. So if we jump to this low yesterday that they ran it down to 8.80, right? And by the way, this is discouraging for them now because they haven't even run out of their 160 million, or maybe they did because that's why they can't get to below 8.80 today, right? They can't because they don't have it. They've run out. They petered it out just like they did last time. They made it last, though, 7 whole days. Good for them, right? So 8.80 times 55% plus equals, that's 1364, and that's the price many are calling for. Many of the new analysts that upgraded have gone to the 13s, the $16 number. We saw James Ford saying 20, valuation 20. And folks, I believe it too, and so do all these people buying now at lunchtime at 9:01. I'm buying more. I'll come in on that. You bet I will. I definitely will. I want to buy 10. Just adding and adding, just nibbling away and adding to my shares. That's all I'm doing here, folks. All I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Making it fun for the shorts to watch me buy shares right here live. Yes, indeed. Right here live. I'm doing it. Right. Review order. And we're putting my order in at 9:01. 9:01. And filled at 9:01. Yes, all right, very good. When I put in a limit order higher than the current price and that fills at my number, I love it. I love seeing that happen. I love it very much. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again, folks. I'm going to do it repeatedly, like you've seen me so many times do before. I love seeing this price green, and I want to see it greener. You know what I mean? Get on over here, doggone it. I'm trying like heck to get my screen. There we go. Right on over here is where we want to be. Look at the volume. I want to watch this. 1,000, 2,000. We're looking at the size of the buys. There's 23 shares, folks, they bought. Look at that. These guys are not afraid to buy here. No one is in fear of buying at this price. And look at all the money that they've used. I told you, they had maybe in their coffers another 16, 17 million shares they borrowed. This is the average they borrowed to run it down. I've been telling you this for days after day after day. Once we hit beyond 17 million shares, what do we usually see happen? Same thing's happening right now because they're borrowed shares that they usually are borrowing. They run out of them to try to run it down. And now they're using less and less volume amounts because they don't have them to keep hitting with the 3 million at a time sells, okay? They've spent those, they shot their wad. Just my call. Could be completely wrong, so don't go diving into this stock at 9 or 9:01. You don't see me doing that. I just bought 10 shares. Now I'm going to buy more. Here we go. We're going to go to 9:02. 9:0210. And let's see if it fills. Filled at 9:01. That's okay. I like that. I'm holding it over 9, and everybody else is going to help me with it. I'm not the only one buying here. There's no doubt about that. That's for sure and certain. And hey, it looks like I still am up and running. I don't know why they kicked me off here a little bit ago. I'm sad that that happened because I was telling my story about my adventures with my wife in Mackinac Island. I was just getting to the conclusion. 901 again. Let's do 902. Here we go. Oh, it's going on up, folks. There's no doubt about this thing's going to run here. We're at past 17 million. This is Breakpoint. Breakpoint. Right? Anybody ever see that movie? What's his name? Kurt Russell. Breakpoint. Yeah, it's 70s, late 70s movie. Maybe 81, 82 came out, something like that. Surfing guy. There were some Keanu Reeves in that movie. One of the first movies he was in, Breakpoint. Go look at that one. Hey, man, I sure do look like the looks of this, what we're seeing here. This looks so strong, so dominant, so SOFI. SOFI. And look at everybody trying to run this thing all down. The NASDAQ down there. They're trying to turn everything red on a good day. The market's got good news. Inflation is not as horrible as thought and declining slightly compared to the past. And what do we have? What are they doing? What is this? Is there fear now? What's the fear now? I can't even hardly wait to see the headline for why it's falling. I love it. It's like sometimes Yahoo just grabs things out of the air when prices are falling. They don't know. They says July inflation data may take the heat off the Fed. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Virgin Galactic goes to the edge of space today. Watch it here. Yay. Inflation slowdown stalls as prices nudge up in July. Oh, nudging up. It's July and everybody's out of school and everyone's traveling and spending, going, doing everything. Of course, everything nudged up. Gas prices nudge up every time we get a Memorial Day, 4th of July. They nudge up 40 cents, 60 cents. Those little nudges we keep getting. Meanwhile, these oil companies are going to again report record-breaking profits. I guarantee you their announcements are going to be awesome. But ought to be buying into Marathon Oil and other companies. So anyway, folks, hey, right here. And speaking of that, I used to own some of that. Let's see what they're doing now. Marathon, not Mara, Marathon Oil. See, they pre-populated because I did own them. And where are they today? 26, good Lord. And I bought that at like $13, $14, sold it when it went over 20. I still made good money, but dang. What do you know? Marathon Oil looks like a good stock. Let's see what they say. Earnings call transcript. What key metrics, reports, quarter metrics have to say. They topped Q2 earnings. Of course they did. They're rolling in the dough, people, on our backs. Yep. And always the case. It's never changed. It's always the case in the end. All right, let's get my cursor back over here. Oh, man, sometimes it's so tough. All right, here we go. All right, yeah, and we're holding very nicely steady here, and we're green, folks. That's all that matters. We are green on a day when UPST is down, Affirm is down, Lucid is down, and we're definitely looking all right here, folks. We're fine. All is fine. Everything is going to be fine. And as I've said, Tyson says here, CPI report could influence the price, too. Yes, I agree. Yes. Yep, definitely. No doubt about it. And I think it's good for us. I think no matter what, we've been through inflation's reports that were very, very bad over the recent history of this stock, and it never affected us in a negative way. We've always just kept increasing and increasing and increasing. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you can just go over here and look at what's happened to our revenues year after year after year during the inflation debacle that we've experienced. Just right on up, folks, so it doesn't affect us. We're not affected by this. Don't let the FUD people make you confused and think we are. You need to be looking at the long-term chart. You just be concentrating on the 45 and 50-day averages. Everything has changed in pitch. You hit this draw tool, and you go like that, and you show you the old angle of progression. Here's another one for you in case you don't know how this works. I'm going to pull another line for you right here, and we're going to show you its angle of progression, which was more like this during this time right here. Right there. All right? So look how long from 6 610. It stayed flat on this line of gaining the whole time, by the way. It was gaining the entire time, but look at it jump away here since July the 26th. Okay? And by the way, this happens to be when 20 institutions added shares and started taking on SoFi stock. So this is what's happening in reality. Everyone can see it. Don't be fooled by the little pullbacks. And what I mean, I say little pullbacks, it's not necessarily that little of a pullback. Let's take this tool off here, take the draw tool off. How much was this pullback? 974 to what? 920. 54-cent pullback here on from the 15th here, right, to the 23rd, right? I'm showing you these things because they're important, I believe. So there's the pullback from 974 down here to 828. 974 to 828. 9.74 minus 8.28 equals $1.46. What did they do this time? Let's look at it. Here it was at 871 and dropped it to, so we got $1.46 the first time, 871 to 805. 8.71 minus 8.05 equals a 66-cent drop, folks. Here, what was this one? 985 to what? 909. 9.85 minus 9.09 equals a 76-cent drop. And then here we have from the last 7 days from the earnings call, opening up to how much are we going to see this drop here? Boom. Come on. Let me pull this down and show people. There we go. They're showing 1145, but it was 1170, folks. Don't be fooled. 11.70 minus, and where are we now? Let's say 899. 271. That's $1.20 more than this drop over here, this last drop here, folks. So boy, did they come at it with these 7 days, folks. 7 days of that in a row. 7 days. Look at all the red candlesticks. Bam, 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 bam. After this big earnings call again. But it's the same thing we saw before, the exact same move, but a little bit different play from them. This time they went in on the day that the earnings came out instead of coming at it down and knocking it down 20%, didn't they? They had a different tactic. They decided, let's just join the wave as it runs up. We'll short the shit out of it at 1170. Then we'll get it all the way back down to 888. Then we'll sell it all, go long again, and off to 13. I like that idea, and it's working perfectly. You can see it's going that way now. You can see it perfectly working that way now. Congratulations for anybody that's catching this information that I think is valuable information. And I hope you'll like this video. I am sorry, as I said, that I got kicked off earlier. Don't know what happened. Don't know how we lost our feed. But folks, right here, what you're seeing here again for the third time is a bottom they can't get beyond. Here's 895 for the low, right? And look at the volume, 16.9, 17 million. And they got to get below this 895 or they're going to be absolutely screwed here. They have to know this. And so how much volume are they going to throw at it? What do they have left after all these days? I already showed you they're up to 150 million the last time and now 151. And last time they used 164 million. This time they're 151, 13 million left for them, folks. 13 million shares left. And they've already hit 17 for the day, which is what they borrowed. So now they've got still double this amount they borrowed. They've got some more in reserve, I think, to come out at one last effort here right near the end of lunchtime. And then my prospectus and thinking is we're off to the races with very, very little resistance from the upside because, quite frankly, not many people own the stock for more than it is now. Institutions do, and they haven't sold. None of them have. I've shown you that. They've increased. We went from 613 institutions. And by the way, look here, Yahoo has raised their target from 972 to 1009, a full $1.10 over where we are now. All right? So be aware of that. It's very much important for you to be aware of that they have now come on to the SoFi wagon, and they've got smart, stopped shorting it, stopped undervaluing it at 811 like they had, and then 972, and now they're gone to 1009. So they know where we're going. Everybody else knows where we're going, and only the hedge funds and shorters can't believe that it's still going this way. I'm showing you again. Look at the 6-month chart. All these heavily shorted positions, and folks, all they're doing is paying the interest on these. They've not returned a single one of these. They've got them still, and they're paying interest, and the price is double where they shorted it. All right? And this is why I'm telling you the imminent breakout's going to come. And once one of them's spine breaks, and they're told by their constituents to stop monkeying around with SoFi, it's killing them, then they better get out. When that happens, there won't be any shares to buy for these people. They're going to have to run this thing up. Short squeeze-o mania. I see a mega run coming on this stock. And I see right now, as it says in my title, is that SoFi starting its 20-day run to new highs? Well, that's what happened after the last debacle when they tried to take it down, right? Same exact thing happened last time. And I'm counting on my age and wisdom and history to repeat itself. And I could be wrong. That's why I'm not telling you to buy 5,000 shares here at this price below $9, right? Because, as I said, I have a lot of my money on the side waiting for a day that the thing drops 20 to 25% on absolutely no news. It'll be a major panic freak out. People won't be able to figure out what's going on and why. They'll be searching all over for news and scrambling, looking. There won't be any news because it's all MMs working it. Down 20 to 25%, maybe even 30, and bam, that's when they're going to turn around. Austin Oles, I'm down 10,000 on August 11th calls, shorted to a freaking penny. I don't know what to do now. Really? Oh, God. Well, he says, I'm down 10,000 on August 11th calls, shorted to a freaking penny. I don't know what to do now. Well, I don't know what to tell you either, my friend. These folks that I'm telling everybody that, and you're not alone. There's a lot of people. So are you telling me that you shorted the SoFi stock? And if you did, I would like to know at what price that you made your entry, if you don't mind. I can see you're down 10,000 on August 11th calls, shorted to a freaking penny. I don't know what to do now, but listen, maybe others might give you some. We got a lot on this channel that come in here and are listening and watching. They come up with good ideas besides mine. But what I want you to know is that I'm asking, and I see that what you did over here, I'm going to go ahead and put over here and let you know I'm addressing you because I see that you commented over here. And Gary, Tyler, look at the daily volume decreasing while price is not moving much. This indicates very little supply. I absolutely agree, Gary. And it says when you have a little supply doing upward trend, and that's the general trend of SoFi, then price goes higher due to demand. Absolutely. And Gary, did you hear the end of my story about what happened at Mackinac? If you did, I got cut off. So Austin Oles puts, okay. Yep, I sold out to bears. He sold out. So we're going to back up. Austin says, I sold out to bears at 887 to gain credit and recover other calls. Okay. All right, I got it. And he puts, okay. Yeah, I understand. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's not good. But then again, I guess the blessing part of this, I always look at the shiny side of a cloud. You know, we look for the trim areas and the shiny. Look at this. They got it down a penny below the last time. This will be a double bottom right here for sure. They got it down 1 penny below the last time. I heard you till you cut off. Okay, Gary. Well, see, the thing is, I didn't see when I got cut off. I was just jabbering away and talking and still sharing my story. Looked over and saw I'd been cut off. So, if you don't mind helping me, I'll know where to take back up. Had I gotten out to the island? Was I on the boat? Was I headed out across the water to the island? Or was I as a KOA campground? Or I don't know where I was in my story, because I'll pick it back up from where I got cut off, if you can just help me out and tell me where we were in the story, because it is such a good story. I think that you'll like in particular, and hopefully you can help me out and tell me where I was in the story where I got cut off. Oh my gosh, folks. Do you think here during lunchtime they can get this down to 888 again? I can absolutely assure you, and if they can get this below 880, I'll eat my shorts. I've told you that before too. You said that you also wanted to find that tree. Okay. Perfect. Well, we didn't find the tree, but I want to tell you what happened, okay? So I'll back up. We went up there, and we were going out on the boat. I was sitting on the boat. I had no idea that Mackinac Island even had the hotel on the island at all. I'm just riding along with my wife, and then all of a sudden I had my binoculars. I saw the lighthouse. She goes, "There's the lighthouse there." I looked at it, and I saw, man, that looks familiar. Then I scanned across. I'm looking on the shoreline, and all of a sudden, bam, I see this massive white building. I said to her, she looks at me. I looked at her with this curious look, and she goes, "What?" And I go, "That almost looks like the Grand Hotel." And then she just hit me with this, "You stupid stick." And yeah, of course, that's why we're going out. This is where the Grand, and I had no idea of that. And can you imagine my surprise? I mean, holy cow. I was just blown away. And there's more to this story, and I'll share, because then I was so excited, Austin, in regard to calls or puts, I don't ever do less than 50 days to expiration. Okay? Yep. Yep, good idea. That's a good safer play. That's right. So anyway, here we were making our way now to the island, and I'm on cloud nine, man. We come off that boat, and we're heading to walk over to the Grand Hotel, and we've got my wife and oldest daughter, Chelsea, and her best friend at the time, name was Katie. And so we're all walking along, ready to go to the hotel and see it. And I'm just, God, I can't believe I'm getting ready to see this place that was the foundation of my movie. And Austin says, "Do you think whales are not buying in because they think this dip is an overreaction?" Kathy Wood bought at 9:09 and 9:27. That's correct. Just wondering why they wouldn't double down. Okay. Well, you don't know that they aren't. See, there's a lot that's traded here in the black pool, folks, and you don't see the volume of these big buys when they're accumulating. Okay. And another thing is that when we were seeing SoFi getting trounced down about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, on the Thursday, just prior to the Friday weekend, and then the earnings coming out, they come at it so hard and knock the crap. Well, I found out later 20 institutions that added positions that day. 20 institutions came on board. So when we see these work downs like this to these numbers, we can't be certain, but there's a possibility it's the same thing happening. During these last 6-7 days, we might have them piling in while these numbers are dropping. We just don't know it. They're accumulating, but we'll find out. I watch that holders every single day. I jump over here to see if the number increases. And I also watch a lot of other things. And you can see we went from 613 in the beginning of May to 633 now. And they're just keep adding and piling in to this position. All of them. They're coming in. They're buying it. They're probably buying it right now as we speak. I wouldn't be surprised, as I said. But they're also not stupid. They know the favorite numbers of 888 and so forth. So they got their buys there. Don't worry. They'll put them in there. They've got them there. And Austin, okay, yeah, good to have you guys helping each other out in regards to what's going on with calls and puts and so forth. And I'm glad to have you here, but I want to finish up with this story about Mackinac Island. So we get off the boat, we're making our way, and we keep walking, and, the crowd kind of got thinner and thinner until we were sort of walking just by ourselves. I said, "Cheryl, are you sure we're going to the hotel?" She says, "I'm pretty sure this is the way." We keep walking. And we are getting further down the road, and all of a sudden this horse and carriage, and by the way, there's no cars allowed on the island at all. There's no cars, no vehicles at all other than horse and carriage and bicycles. And so this is another thing that threw me off about the movie, was he was driving his car when he discovered this hotel. So I just had no connection there. Just didn't dawn on me. So anyway, make a long story short, we were walking, and I flagged down the guy who was in the cart, and I said, "Sir, are we walking the right direction to the hotel?" He said, "Oh no, the hotel's up there," and he points way up. There was this hill that went up at a grade of about, I don't know, the pitch was pretty strong. I'm gonna guess about a 8-12 pitch maybe. And if you don't know what that means, it's for every 12 inches it goes up 8 inches. So it was a steep incline, 8-12 pitch or so. And But we had walked so far down that road, and then I just looked, and with the kids, I said, why don't we just go up that there? And if he says the hotel's there, we'll just get there a shorter time. Folks, that turned into one of the craziest hillside climbs in the history of hill climbing among amateurs, with us nearly tumbling all the way down. But we did make it, and we persevered, and I got up there. There were certain points where we were holding on to just little roots coming out of the little tiny vinage stuff, and I was pushing Chelsea up ahead of me, and she finally got up into thicker stuff, and she made it to the top. And she says, hey, I'm up here. I see the hotel. And so then Cheryl followed. I pushed her, and we're pushing and got her on over the cliff, and she made it to the top. Well, the friend Katie, she was literally scared to death. She was petrified. She was so scared. I felt terrible. She was actually tears in her eyes. I said, come on, Katie. You've just seen Chelsea do it. You just saw Cheryl do it. We're going to do it the exact same way. Just have belief in yourself and strength. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. So I got a hold of her, and I got her from below, and I'm pushing this thing right on up the cliffside. And I get her to she makes it to the things where she can grab, and she pulls herself up, and we made it up to all of us to the top. We crossed over this little rail, and there's gorgeous houses there that we're looking at in front of us on this little road that happens to be the delivery entrance road to the hotel. So we walk in from the side of the hotel on that delivery route drive, and people even looking at us, like, where did these people come from? And then all of a sudden, we're there at the side of the hotel. And I said, come on, let's go. So we opened up the side door, kind of a back utility door or whatever, and in we were. And we started touring the hotel. And wow, first of all, the thing that caught my eye, the biggest part was the carpeting in there was outrageous, I thought. And period, but it was just it was very bold, very, very bright orangish colors and stuff going on there, eye-popping colors. And we go to each of the places that we had seen in the movie that we wanted to see. We go up to the rooms where the first room, that he wanted to check in, I believe it was 714 or 711. I don't remember, but anyway, then we go to the other room, where they consummated their relationship and so forth. And we were gone on the elevator to go to these things. And then we go down and we went to the dining room area. Was a little bummed out about the way the hotel was laid out with the coming up the front stairs into the entrance, and there was no front desk right there at the main stairway entrance. It was in a different location down, and they didn't portray that in the movie, so it was threw you off a little bit. But anyway, what we did was so much fun as we went all through the hotel, checking it all out. And for me, it was a moment, what a wonderful experience. And then we made our way out on the front steps. I said, let's go down to the lawn and see if we can find out where Arthur's little hut was that he ran out to get the information when Richard said, hey, I want to go out and find out, which was Christopher Reeves, by the way, playing that role. Rest in peace, and God bless the man. And the lady was Jane Seymour, playing the other cast as the lead role. Folks, this movie is a romantic movie like no other. You'll fall in love with this movie if you watch it. And at that point, we went down the stairs out the front of the hotel, down and sat in that little chair where he was sitting, so forlorn and so depressed about. And then all of a sudden, you see her make her way around that corner down below, and then there's that Richard moment, and they run, and you know what I'm talking about. So we went down and we did all that. We went down, and then we says, okay, this is so cool. Let's go in and have ourselves at the bar. Let's go into the hotel. We start making our way back up to go into the hotel. We're walking up the stairs. All of a sudden, sir, excuse me. I'm like, yes. He goes, there's an admission. I said, huh? He said, yes, it's $10 per person to go in. And I went, oh, goodness. So I looked at the kids, and I said, do you guys really want to see the inside? And they said, oh, no, we don't care. And so there's my story about Mackinac Island, Gary, and the way that we went about getting to the hotel. All the craziness of all that is just so nutso and crazy. And I want to thank all of you that are here right now. Gary says, Austin, anything less than 50 days is putting the probabilities of winning against you. The ideal is 90 days and a bit in the money or at the money. At least that's what works best for me, Gary says, and addressing Austin. And so, yeah, oh my, what an interesting thing to have had happen in our history and in our past, my wife and I. And and thank you for being here. We're going to change over. Looks like we don't have any more, and it says it was paused. Well, we're back up and running with Billy Joel. Don't know why that got stopped, but maybe they don't want me playing it. But anyway, we're back on there. Folks, I hope you're enjoying your time with me. Thank you for being here and my crazy stories that I tell about my life, amongst other things that we look at in charts and so forth here. And the summary page looks good. We bounced off 895. Oh my God, look at that. 891. Sorry, no 888 today. No 880 either. We're not going to be able to buy below yesterday's price, folks. I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen. And it's not going to happen at all because we're already past the mid-lunch swing down, and it's over for them. Congratulations, you guys, on getting 891 if you bought that. I was talking, but I already bought at 888, a whole shitload of shares of this SoFi. So I'm okay with that. And I'm going to keep buying it when it runs up after goes over 9 again. You know, I will, once it passes 9, I'm going to be buying more of it right on up to 10 and 11 and 12 and then 13.50 where I get some of it out, right? And that's what I see in the future, very near future, by the way, in less than a month and a week or two. That's what I'm calling for. I think that that's where we'll be, and we'll all find out when we get there, won't we? We'll be able to go back and look at these videos, and I'm going to be able to show them to my grandchildren and my grandchildren's grandchildren, whatever. They'll be able to see them, and they'll all going, wow, we are all rich. We're rich. How did we get so rich? Oh, yeah, Tyler, can you read my messages? I'm reading. I read your message to Austin. Anything less than 50 days, it's putting the probabilities of winning against you. The ideal is 90 days and a bit in the money or at the money. At least that's what works best for me. That's the last. And then I say, Tyler, I'm hearing you, brother. I saw that one. And then the last one I see is this one. Tyler, can you read my messages? So, yes. And we can come over here. Maybe I can get onto this page. And I go bam, 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 bam. I hear you, see you. Popping. Cool story. All right, yeah. It was pretty crazy about how that all came together. And man, I have a lot of cool stories. Crazy stories, unbelievable, wild, neato stuff that's happened in my lifetime. It all falls into place. And, I did tell you about this story about meeting my wife, this whole long story that got back to the beginning of Mackinac Island again, and how I told you that story. But let me tell you an interesting one about Nashville, because I've got now 20 more minutes before I have to leave. But in Nashville, Tennessee, when Cheryl came down to see me the second time, we went to Nashville to the Opryland Hotel. I wanted her to see Opryland Hotel, and we went to Opryland Hotel. It was pretty cool. Got there, and my friend, one of my friends that worked with me actually in the music store, was playing in that Opryland Hotel down in the little central atrium where they have a big bird atrium and stuff. And they have this cool little bar in the center. So we went there. And now before I had some connections in the music business, even with DJs and stuff. And I had been asking my DJ friends, hey, man, is there any concerts coming on this weekend? And they said, no, there aren't any concerts going on at all. I was like, oh, man, I want to take her to a concert or something. Nope, no concerts that weekend. So I said, all right, well, I'll check out some other clubs. So I went out and drove around and I was over in the western part of Nashville, out near where the college is, and I stumbled on this cool bar with this excellent band. They were playing excellent music, stuff like in the 90s and stuff, even cool dance music. I said, man, this is where I'm going to bring her to. So first, though, we went out to Opryland so you could see the immensity of that place, and it was gorgeous because it was in the winter, had all these Christmas lights up everywhere and everything. Really awesome. So we go into the center, and we listen to my friend play for his first set. And there were only a few people in the bar at the time there in the center of that big hotel. And as they finished up their first set, he came over. Hey, I says, hey, how's it going? And we talked, we met. I introduced Cheryl to him, and we talked for a little bit. And he was sitting there with us, and I says, how about a drink? Got him a drink, and we talked some more. And he says, man, it's going to pick up later. Why don't you stick around? I says, man, I wish we could, but we're going to get on our way here. We got some plans to go to another location over there near Vanderbilt. He goes, okay. All right, well, thanks for dropping by and all. I said, yeah, sure, man. We enjoyed it. So we listened to the next set, started up the music, and a couple songs in. We said, well, nodded and headed on our way. So as we're headed out of there, we're walking along, and this is kind of and that hotel is amazing. Yes, it is. Yes, from the outside. Oh, and the inside too. It's just immense. So we're leaving the bar and we're headed out of the hotel. I happen to look up and I see on about 5 floors up a grand piano, and it was there right near the edge of the walkway up there, the balcony. And I said, "Oh, look, honey, there's a piano. Let's go see if we can play it." So we jump on the elevator and we push the floor, go up, and we get off the elevator, and we could see the grand piano inside this little room. And I said, "Oh, neat." So I go over, pull the door. It's locked. Can't get in there to the piano and play it. I'm like, "Ah, dang, man, that would have been neat." But while we're standing there, we start hearing this music, and it was coming from down the hall, and it was loud, and it was a band playing the Commodores, or a PA system playing Commodores, and the song was Brick House. So I was like, "Honey," I said, "Do you hear that, Cheryl?" She said, "Yeah, I hear it." And I said, "Oh," and I turned and looked down there, and I saw some banners. I said, "Oh my gosh, it's a corporate party, someone's corporate party." So I said, "Come on." She's like, "No, what do you?" I said, "Come on, just walk with me." So grab her by the hand, and she's being led down there. We find out, sure enough, as we come closer and closer, it's Frito-Lay. Frito-Lay is having their massive company year-end celebration Christmas party at this hotel. And so you can hear the music's just banging out. It sounds awesome. They're playing Brick House, right? And I'm like, "Wow." I said, "Cheryl, here's where you're just going to take my hand. We're going in." She goes, "What?" "No." I said, "Yeah, walk with me, walk with me." I hold her hand. I said, "Just walk like you own the place." We walk, we look at people, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey." Cheryl, by the way, she was wearing a little mini dress thing with black boots up to her knees, these long black boots, like these boots are made from walking back from the Sinatra days. And she's got these tall black leather boots on. I'm wearing outfit that's got black boots on too, and just like jeans, and I remember what I had for a shirt. So we waltz right in there, right? Waltz right in, and we start mingling through. And what we looked over there, and I said, "Man, this band, these corporate bands they hire, they sound just like the real deal." And we get a little closer up, and funny thing was, this was interesting. No one was dancing. I said, "This is weird. This is a big company party. They got the band playing. Everybody's just standing there watching them. What's going on?" Got a little closer. And next thing I know, sure shit, they're in there, the Commodores, in their white button-down tuxedos. The Commodores are playing at the Fritos company party, and we stumble right into it. We make our way right up to the front, and folks, there was no seating. Everyone was just standing there and standing around, and Cheryl and I got right up there, right at the stage. We're like 2 feet from the front, and we're just like, "Hey, this is too good not to dance." So we started dancing, she and I, and the next thing you know, the people next to us kind of caught, "Hey, ooh, dancing's allowed," or something. I don't know what was going on here, folks, but at any rate, we started doing our dancing, and then the couple next to us, and then the next couple. Next thing you know, the Commodores are like giving us the big thumbs up because we came in, and everybody starts dancing finally, right? They're dancing. Can you believe it? What a concept. I guess in Nashville, dancing country, I don't know, they got stuck to it so long, line dancing, they didn't know how to dance like regular people. They were scared to, but I don't know. But anyway, we got the dancing going, and next thing that party was kicking, we were having all kinds of wonderful food on the buffet line. They had crab legs and everything you could think of, There might have even been caviar. I tell you, there was a massive amount of food and drinks and all this, so we're having a grand old time. Cheryl actually says at one point, "I'm going to use the restroom." She walks in the restroom, and while she's in there, they come up to her, "Excuse me," because they could all see us. Didn't know, nobody knew us. And like, "Are you in plastics?" And she goes, "Yeah, oh yes, I work in the plastics," or whatever. And anyway, so here's the funniest part about this. At one point, they're doing the Lionel Richie song, "If," or I can't remember what it was. "I do love you, still." The lead singer, and by the way, Lionel Richie, was there a dress code? Yeah, I guess there wasn't, or maybe there was. Everybody was obviously, the guys were all wearing suits and stuff, and the women were in these nice fancy dresses. We didn't fit in at all, believe me. It was so funny. But here's the so cool part. they had these massive screens up there, just like at major concerts. They had big screens, and they had these big cameras. They're videotaping with these television quality cameras, right? And so anyway, they're videotaping, and when the lead singer, and by the way, Lionel Richie was not with them. They had another person in there doing a good job doing in-person imitation. It sounded close. And he comes over to Cheryl, though, gets down on one knee, grabs her hand, and he's singing to her. Now, we've got all these cameras zooming in on us, and there's Cheryl and him on the screens. And meanwhile, no one knows who the hell she is. No one knows who I am. So anyway, let's just get to the end of this. It's so funny, folks. It's crazy. So we get to the end, and finally the event comes to a conclusion, and everyone's been danced out. Everyone's had fun. And Cheryl up there, we're actually talking to the band members, and all of a sudden, up come these people. This guy dressed in a really nice suit, tie, and the lady, she's the same. And it says, excuse me. And we're like, oh yes. It says, everybody just needs to know, who are you folks? And I says, oh, well, I'm Tyler, and this is Cheryl, my girlfriend. And I said, well, what department, or where do you work in this company? We're trying to, everyone is just kind of at odds. And I said, well, actually, ma'am, I said, I'm sorry, but we don't work here. And she says to me, oh, so you crashed our party, huh? And I said, yes, actually, we did. We heard the music, and we were thinking it was to the people of the hotel, right? And she goes, oh, well, okay, well, at least you're staying at the hotel. And then me, in my all honesty, I had to be honest and say, no, actually, we aren't staying. We just came to hear our friend. And they laughed some more. And then let me tell you what happened. That guy in the suit says, we don't give a damn. Stuck out his hand. We are so glad that you came in. Starts shaking my hand. And Cheryl's too. She's getting a hug from the lady. And they're like so happy that we showed up. And they said, here's our card. When we have our next company party, you are going to be there. Call us, And folks, isn't that funny? Isn't that just a crazy, funny story? And how cool it was to go and see. No one was playing in tour on concert, and we walk in to the Commodores and crash their party with champagne and wine, all you can drink, just the flowing fountain of glasses of the champagne, and oh, what a grand time. What a great way to rekindle our relationship without her kids. The first time she came to Nashville with all the kids and stuff, but this is the second time and what we did and how that all came together. Isn't that crazy cool? So fun. And they were so happy because, like I said, before we got there, these people just didn't know how to dance, weren't dancing. There wasn't nothing. It was just not happening, But folks, this is just a story I wanted to share with you because it's absolutely 100% true, funny stuff. And I thank you all for being here, listening to what my tales are, which are all 100% verifiable. And believe me, folks, I have so many in my long walk of life that are such, they almost seem like unbelievable stories. Now, my friend had said, hey, DD Files, welcome. Thank you for dropping in on me. I do appreciate it. And I'm telling stories about how my wife and I met back in 1983 when she was down in Florida. And what?
I need the lighter.
Okay. And so I'm telling all about how we met. And here we go. Gary says, I don't think that you guys crashed it. It says, you infused life into it. That's right. We didn't crash their party. We made their party start happening, and they were so grateful to us. Like I said, handed us their cards and said, please come back again. And so what fun. What a wonderful, fun night. And we had some others too. And I'll tell you one about while we watch this, because I am going to have to close out in about 8 minutes. And I'm going to tell you one right now about going to see Kid Rock. All right. So another time that she came into Nashville, my guy hooked me up with Kid Rock tickets. So we went to see Kid Rock. And let me tell you what was so crazy about that. At this place we went to in Nashville, this parking lot, this massive area, there's a place over on the east side of the parking lot where there's a drop down, a long grass cliff area. So when we got in there, we made our way around to where our seats were. They were on the far side of the stadium. So we went and we sat down there. We were down pretty close to the front. We had good seats. We had good tickets. We were drinking beers, having fun. We had, good old night. The concert was fun, and enjoyed that. We got done with the concert. We came out another exit, and we got over here to this place where, folks, they don't have stairwells. This is this grassy cliff with a 912 pitch on it, and you had hundreds and hundreds of drunk and stoned individuals that were had found themselves in the same situation. They went out that exit, but they had parked over there, and you had to go up this thing. Now, they have to have changed it by now, because there had to be so many injuries, because, folks, we watched and was laughing, and because it had drizzled and rained, it was the water, the grass was slick, the steepness of the slope, and everyone was trying to get up there, and it was so fun. I tell you what, if I'd have had a camera, it would have been a top 10 video on YouTube. It would have gone viral, watching these drunk mothers falling down that cliff one after the other. Some of them would get right to near the very top, where the pitch would get even a little steeper, and then come tumbling down, rolling over others and below. And folks, I have to tell you, what a funny situation. And folks, we never did get up that slope. We had to relent, and we had to give in and go walk all the way around, as well as many, many others, because it was impassable. But what a fun time to watch all those drunks falling down that cliffside there at that stadium. So anyway, yeah, I know I talk about a lot of stuff while I'm here, aside from just SoFi stock, but that's what we got to do. We're spending some time together, and we watch these bottoms. We buy at the bottoms, and we just kind of hang around, and we pick up other hits at the bottoms if they run it there. So congratulations to everyone that just bought at $8.91 here at the end of lunchtime today. And this is something that one of our viewers had said yesterday, that I think there's going to be another day of down before it does turn around and go up. Well, I don't believe that. I think this is going to be a green day today. I don't think they're going to hold this down. We're already at 18,404,000. It's slacking off on the volumes, which is good, and this has been pointed out already. But anyway, yeah, I'm just sharing a few tales with Tyler. When are you coming back? Okay, good to know. Good question. I thank you, Gary, for asking. I am going to be coming back here on Tuesday. Now, there's a chance, since I've spoken to you about my friend Kevin and him coming into town, and I've spoken about his company and his business, that I might make him make an appearance with me tomorrow morning, early, before we get on our way going. So it might be very early tomorrow, before the open, because we're going to be busy doing a lot of things and going a lot of places and stuff. But I might talk him into getting up early with me and coming on here, so you can see my friend Kevin. And if you have any questions about his business, and then you'll get a chance to do that. But yeah, for sure, if I don't get a chance to do that and he's not interested, that's fine. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll be back Tuesday. I'll be there for Tuesday morning's opening. And by then, the price is going to be somewhere in the $988 to $1013, maybe even higher range. I'm expecting some wonderful news out of this company. They've got so much going on. This company just keeps things happening, man. They are innovative. They make things happen. Their product line growing, and all these people coming over to deposit checking accounts, opening checking accounts with them, while other banks are just losing customers to this company. And this is why we're being attacked by them, and why we see these big price drops, and then 20 institutions pour in, and then it goes up to doggone $11.70 afterwards. They know, they see, and it's going to be higher than that. That's why they came in, those 20 institutions, and they're accumulating even here and now. Yes, I will. Thank you, Gary. Yes, we're going to have a good time. We're going to be going to hear Steve Miller here on Saturday night. That's what I called him about. I think I told you before that I taught my friend Kevin to sing. We learned together him when he was about 20 years old, and now he sings like a bird. And I mean, he's good. He's good. Sings harmonies and everything. And so we go back, way back, he and I. We even traveled to Haiti together after I came back from Haiti. When I moved back to the United States after a few years in Haiti, he went down the next summer with me to Haiti and worked with me on some things down there in Haiti. And so he's been there too, and he speaks a little Creole. Pretty neat that every once in a while we get to share some Creole back and forth. And so it's not a lot, but he knows as a few things, and it's kind of neat because there's been times when we've used it in the past in certain situations, and people didn't know what we were saying. I'm stepping out now. Cheers. All right, Gary. And Jazzy Razy. It just feels like a slow bleed. Well, let me show you a slow bleed here, my friend. This is a slow bleed for the shorters. See that? That's a slow bleed right there. Up and up and up, and they're all getting their asses reamed right now. And why they're trying so hard for an 888 number here now, which, by the way, would still be 7 cents or 8 cents higher than yesterday's low. So I've already told you we're on a string here of lows we're going to see, and it might be similar to 18 out of 21 days with a higher low. All right, Gary, yeah. See you tomorrow or Tuesday. Correct. You'll either see me tomorrow or Tuesday. It'll be early tomorrow morning if I come on. And but yeah, hang in there. Have a good one. Have a great week. And enjoy your time elsewhere, I guess. I have had enjoyed you being here, and thank you for being here. And I want to go over here and make sure I highlight that. I'm trying to do it right now. There we go. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Yay! Whoa! Yay! Woo! Ha ha ha! There you go, Gary. As a farewell to you. Thank you for being here so much. Appreciate it very much. Jay Reezy, it feels like a slow bleed. I hear you, man. I hear exactly what you're saying. It does indeed feel that way. But who is the slow bleeders here are these doggone shorts right here that have shorted all these positions at 476, 526, 578. All these positions shorted, losing, and paying interest. Yeah, and folks, they haven't turned these shares loose yet. They're still praying and hoping to God they can get Chivrini, convince everybody $2.50 is the actual price it's worth. $2.50, folks. That's what David Chivrini says. Chia Petty. And so now we're looking at this petty attempt to run it down to a lower than before. And folks, this isn't going to happen. They're not going to see 880 today. I can guarantee it. And I wish I could be here to be the proof with you, but I can't. So I'm going to be having to step away, and it's 1 o'clock now. So, folks, I thank you for being here with me today. I definitely appreciate it. And as I said, I'm going to be back on Tuesday, all right? And if I'm not back tomorrow morning for briefly with my friend Kevin, or we might pop on one quick brief thing for a flash sometime during the next 5 days. But if you don't see me, don't worry. I'm not giving up. I haven't given up on SoFi. I'm not going to stop protecting them every time they get attacked. And Jay Reezy, wow, yeah. See, I show you that all these people who've shorted here, they're still holding these positions here. They're in a major bear trap. And even this 7 days of attacking after this great earnings call again, if you go back to the last time on May the 1st, look how long they strung it out. After the attack on May the 1st, when the price was $6.52 and had popped up 30 cents from the day before's close, when they did that, folks, they used 4 days to run it down 4 in a row, and they made it fall 29%. This time, they've only been able to achieve 24% after 7 days of taking it down. So I'm showing you this because relative strength is where they're at, and it's called relative weakness. The last time they dropped it in 4 days, they did it with 364 million shares, and now they're at the exact same amount of shares here now, about 360 million. I've shown people already, and they're at the bottom. They reached it yesterday, 880, and now we're going to possibly see the same thing we did after David Chiavrini, 8:15. The date was May the 15th when he came out with a $2.50 price. The price hit $4.50 for the low, and then every day for the next 21 days, there were only 3 exceptions. That price went up and 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 continued up to $10.23, 55 cents, 55% from that number I just showed you on May right here, 459. We're going to see a repeat of that, folks. It's just that this time, the 360 million, they strung out over a longer period. Look at this, week. They didn't go heavy this time. They use it slowly, bleeding it out. That's what it is, but now they're done. They hit the low of 880 yesterday, and today 895. A freaking 15% increase off of that. Well, 893 now. Who gives a shit? you got to look at this for what it really is, folks. You got to see this exactly as it is. This low right here is freaking 13 cents higher than yesterday's low. All right. So good for them. Happy, joy. You got the thing back down for 9 for a little bit this during lunchtime. They always do this, and usually we've seen this pattern so many times, and we're going to see it turn around and go right on back up. And look at the volume that they're using now. 19, we're almost at 20 million. And by the way, if we eclipse yesterday's volume of 40 million, the price is going to be way over $9.30. It's going to be in the 966 closing range. My call. Don't know, can't say that for sure. But I am saying one thing for sure. They're not going to see 880 again today. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. This number right here, that's one you should take a picture of. Put it on a placard on your wall, because that's the lowest this price I believe is ever going to be again. And you just saw it there. And now we're going to see, you can see the high was 1170, and then they came at it 2 days. It actually is down 3 days, 4 days, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. All right, of a lower high so far. But we're not done yet on this high. Not yet. This day's not over, folks. 924, you might be in for one big, huge surprise. You just stick around. You'll see. You keep watching. But hey, I appreciate you being here with me, everyone. Very, very much. Us and all us. Maybe we might get some big candles tomorrow. Probably not. LOL. Okay. Whatever. We'll see. But we're all going to, time will tell, and I won't even be here. I'm not going to be here for 5 days. I'm going to be taking 5 days with my friend and having some fun around the state of Michigan, enjoying ourselves and a little bit of time off. Well-deserved. I've been working a lot. Bro, I'm praying this into existence. Okay, man, that's right. You have to foresee your own future. You have to see and you have to project what you're going to accomplish and what your goals are and what you want to see achieved in life, or they're never going to come to evaluation for you. That's not the way it works. You project yourself. You know, I've always told people I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I am. And I had a friend that worked with me at the Nashville music store who was my right-hand man. His name is John, still good friends. And he told me one day, he said, you know, Tyler, I've heard you say this, and I've watched it happen for you. You are the luckiest guy in the world, in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Because you believe you are. $10.34 is the real resistance. Okay, yep. Thank you, Austin. I agree. We're going to see that level be a challenge, but even when it blows past that, folks, I'm telling you that it's not going to stop once this breaks over $9.55. That's my number for my biggest thing, because I've seen how long and how many times they've been in love with that number, 955. I've seen it so many times. There it is right there. See it? There it is right here in this number, 954, June 13th. And look at it here. There it is, about the same again. You'll see it. That's where there's going to be a little bit, because they've got to love with that 955 number. And then once that blows past, bye-bye. So that's my call. Thank you all for being here with me. I am now going to go jump in my car, and I'm going to ride and pick up my best friend, Kevin. Thank you all for being here and enjoying some Billy Joel music. And, hey, I found out the source of my video for the Catfish Tyler video, and I'm going to be putting him up and giving him kudos and congrats for that. So, anyway, thank you all for the time that you've spent here with me today. And you sound like Rick Warren, the pastor, and look like his brother. I love it. Thanks, Tyler. All right, hey, I appreciate that very much. That's a very cool, kind thing to say. And I might have to look and see who he is. But, folks, for me today and for now, I want to say thank you all for being here. And I appreciate it very much. As always, I appreciate your likes. And I appreciate your telling your friends about my channel over here. Thank you very much for your patronage. And if you're going to be hanging around with Sofi over the next week, I think you're going to do very good to keep picking up these lows. And today we're seeing improvement off the low right now, even at the lowest low they could get it to today. It's an improvement from yesterday, and I think it's going to happen for the next 20 days or so. That's my call, and I'm going to say farewell to you now by lowering this screen down. We're going to pull up my OBS right over here. And we're on the other screen now. There you go. And I want to thank you all for being here very, very much. And I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to say bye-bye to everyone, each and every one of you. Hugs for you. I appreciate your business. And here we go. King Cat is now to say thank you for being here, everybody. We sure had a good time with you, and we hope you'll come back here on Tuesday or maybe even tomorrow morning to hang out with us for a little bit. But for now, we thank you for being here very, very much. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and we hope that you, as always, have great happiness in your life, experience great prosperity, and most of all, wonderful health, because that's very important, and that you're surrounded with love, and you deserve it. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for being here with me, King Cat and Catfish Tyler, and it's time now for me to part for at least 5 days from now. Hey, everybody, thanks for coming. We'll talk to you later now.